Hello, hello, hello. What's up, what's up, what's up? Kamusta na kayo? How are you guys? Welcome back to Hey, it's Judy Nelly. Today I will be talking about my childhood and growing up here in Canada. I have been meaning to release this video a long time ago. I know it has been a week since I posted my introduction video, but I never realized how long I would procrastinate because this topic is actually very, very touchy to me. Everything that I've gone through in life has made me who I am. Everything that I've overcame has made me a better person in many, many ways. And I would just like to share my experience, not for others to feel sorry for me or to get sympathy from others. I want to share my experience because I know that there are other people out there who might be going through the same thing that I have gone through. I want to share because my family back home don't even know me, don't even know what I've gone through, and some of my friends don't know me in a I don't always talk about myself with my friends, with my family, because I want to know about them. I want to talk about them and I want to have fun and enjoy. And I don't like to really bring up a lot about how I grew up or, like where I came from and all this because my childhood is not all happy and it's not as well as all sad, and there are a lot of people who have gone through much worse. This is what I'd all like to say before I'd like to start my video, is because I want to share with you guys the truth about me, the truth about my life, and who I am as a person. Let's get started. Well, I came to Canada in 1999 and my mom had sponsored me to come here. She was here in Canada working 2 to 3 jobs just to get me here. I've been in Canada since I was 3 years old. My life here has been a very huge experience. I've been through a lot growing up. So I started school in Minchow, that is somewhere on the south side of Edmonton. And then I went to kindergarten in Norwood. And then from Norwood, I went to Thorncliffe for a couple of years. And then I went back to Norwood. And then I went back to Thorncliffe and I finished off there. 1 in 7, or 4.9 million people in Canada live in poverty. Why am I telling you guys that? Is because my life here was not all perfect. I am not a perfect person. Social media portrays what we like to put out there, and people think, and sometimes people forget that that is not real. What you see on social media is just what you see, but you do not know what is really behind the truth of a person or anything you see on social media. Why am I telling you guys that? Because that was my life here. I lived in poverty here in Canada. Family, friends, you guys might not know this, but that is why I'm coming out with a video today. My mom and my stepdad, they try and they always made things work. My mom always made things work. Moving forward, well, I've lived life here in Canada in poverty. Growing up, I did not have a stable home. I always moved everywhere around Edmonton with my mom and my stepdad, because we were living paycheck to paycheck and life was very difficult and sometimes rent was behind, so we would have to move. My mom sometimes would also have to go pawn stuff to pay bills, and I was really alone when I was growing up, and I felt really alone growing up because my mom was always busy, my stepdad was always busy, and they were always gone working. The person who raised me, who I'm very thankful to have had experience a life with, was my grandpa. He was actually a Marine, and I was so scared of him because he was strict, and he was the person that taught me my A to Z's. He taught me how to swim, how to skate, how to do everything, how to cook rice at like 5 years old. He taught me how to ride the bus when I was 5, the ETS bus, so that's the Edmonton Transit bus, and that's like a public bus that we just ride every day. Growing up, I had my grandpa, and I just remember always being with him, and he taught me our religion. We went to church every Sunday. We never missed a Sunday. He taught me everything I needed to know in life, and he made me a very independent person. I remember always crying in front of the door for my mom. I would cry and cry, and sometimes I would cry myself to sleep. I love my mom so much. But I never really understand back then as to why she was always gone. I just knew she had to go. And it was very scary for me. It was very traumatic because if my grandpa wasn't able to watch me, I was at a family friend's house. If you guys know who you are, um, I want to thank you moms for taking care of me. You guys have made a very huge impact in my life. And I just like to really thank you for taking care of me. She did leave me with family friends, with friends that she knew. If no one was there to watch me, I was either at her work waiting for her, and you know, that is not very good for a child to be at a workplace. There were different circumstances as well, where I was also with my auntie and I was taken care of by her when my mom was busy as well. Growing up, I didn't see my mom a lot. I didn't have much of a relationship with her. So I did live in an unstable home because we didn't have a routine. We didn't have rules laid down. In 2008, my grandpa passed. And when my grandpa passed away, my life changed a lot because coming back to Canada was very sad for me. I no longer had him around. I felt more alone than ever, and I did not really grieve for him. I just thought I had to be strong for my mom around that time, so I didn't really know how to grieve for him. But coming back to Canada, it was a lot different because my mom still had to work, and I was a little bit older to kind of watch myself. So a lot did change. My mom sometimes was too busy, was so caught up in work and life. Sometimes she forgot to pick me up from school, and um, that is when I was a bit older, probably when I was about 8 or 9. I honestly can't remember, but I remember that I just knew that if someone were to find out that my mom was not picking me up, or someone wasn't picking me up, I could get in trouble for that. So what I did was I actually brought myself to Boys and Girls Club. And if you guys don't know what Boys and Girls Club is, it's an after school care program where you can attend, where they have activities for you. You can go there to talk to someone. They also provide you meals and snacks. So I put myself in the Boys and Girls Club, and that actually really made a huge impact in my life because I realized that going there, I became more independent. I made a lot of friends. We learned a lot. So putting myself in that program really pushed me to seeing a better view of the world in a way, because I realized that the world is huge and there's so much opportunities for me out there. Sometimes I would be there sometimes till 7 or 8. If my mom was unable to pick me up, I would be sleeping at a friend's house or one of my classmates' house or just someone I know. Back then, we didn't really have cell phones, so I would have to call my mom, and sometimes we wouldn't even really stay in contact with each other. There is a lot to process, and there's probably a lot to say about that, but that's okay. I'm still alive today. I didn't die. I was very, very independent, and I had a lot of people who helped me in life and who helped me get through that. But during those times, I was afraid. Uh, I was scared for myself because I would be out late, but no one would be worrying about me. I felt like uh, no one really cared. Well, after Boys and Girls Club, when I moved back to the west side to Thorncliffe, still raising myself, I guess. I always brought myself home. I took the bus home. If I didn't have any bus money, I would just walk home. I would bring myself to the YMCA after schools, and I would just find stuff to do to occupy myself, to make myself busy. My family does not come from wealth. So my mom really, really worked hard. My mom always worked hard to be able to give me what I wanted. Uh, she tried her best to always keep a roof over our head and to pay bills. These programs really helped me and had developed me into seeing how big life is and for teaching me as well. I had a lot of support growing up from teachers, from family, from friends, and there is a lot of things in life that I wish I had more of, and I think that was, I wish I had more of my mom. Time has moved really fast for me, and I felt like I had to grow up at a very young age. I had to grow up early at a very young age, as well as in junior high, I had my daughter. I will be making a video on that. A lot of my experiences I've gone through. I know what it's like to feel alone. I know what it's like to feel abandoned. And I know what it's like to not have anyone. So when I had my daughter, I made changes to those. And ever since I've had her, I've never left her side. I've never left her with anyone or anywhere if I didn't need to. I've always just been with her. I've always wanted her to be with me. I take her everywhere with me when I was younger. From what I've experienced, and it is amazing because when you learn and when you know and you don't want to make the same mistakes and the same decisions that was made, you do change things in life for yourself. And I was able to change that. Um, Not having a relationship with my mom when I was younger, the relationship that I wanted, the closeness that I wanted, it was very difficult because growing up, I didn't feel like it was comfortable hugging her. I didn't feel like, like physical touch, like love in a loving way. Like I didn't really like it with her. I have learned to create a relationship with her and to be comfortable in my relationship. I will always love everything that I've gone through. I will always remember the experiences I've gone through, and the feeling and everything was not easy. Um, it wasn't easy at all here in Canada. My mom really, really, really worked very, very hard from morning, from night. Like, I don't even remember seeing her at all. Sometimes I remember that at one point, I think I lived with my grandpa. It was very good. I had met a lot of amazing people in life. I have many friends who have taught me a lot of their culture, and just it's so amazing here. And every time that I feel demotivated, I like to remind myself that my cousins and my family back home would love to have the opportunity that I was given here. That is kind of what got me through school, and also having my daughter is what got me through school life and just everything. Everything I've learned through life, the experiences that had made me who I am, has taught me how to live life. I was able to build a life for me, for my daughter, and with my husband. Created this life with those experiences that we've gone through. And I am just very amazed at how much I have grown as a person. I do not feel sorry for what I've gone through. I am not embarrassed to talk about my childhood or what I've gone through in life. There is just a lot. I know that a lot that I've experienced in life, I know I was probably not the only one. I know there are more worse things that happen to others, but I am not going to invalidate what I've gone through and what I've been through, because everyone's experience is valid. What you've gone through is your journey, is your experience, and no one else's. Just sharing this takes a lot off my chest, and sharing with you guys, with my family, with my friends, what I've gone through, what me and my family had been through. Till this day, I'm not very rich yet. I'm not a very wealthy person, but I am creating wealth for me and for my daughter and for future kids. I know that I'm gonna get there, and one day I will get to look back and just see how my life was, and what made me me, and who made me me, and what experiences taught me. And I just feel very blessed for everyone in my life, for what I have, and for my home, for having a vehicle. Um, because when I was younger, I didn't have a stable home. Like I said, we moved everywhere around Edmonton. I remember always having to bus. We didn't always have a vehicle. I remember always walking on the cold days. I used to ask myself if I would ever have my own home, if I was able to provide for my daughter. There was a lot I used to just wonder, and I just have everything now. And I am just amazed at myself, and I'm very proud of myself for how far I've gone in life. I'd like to show my daughter who her mom is. There's a lot that I learned, and there's a lot of choices that I had made differently. So that kind of sums up my life here in Canada and growing up. I'm still continuously learning and accepting my childhood. It is also very happy, because I got to live life with my grandpa. I got to meet very amazing people in life. I was pushed a lot from life, but I always made it back up. Honestly think that life is just always going to be filled with experiences and lessons, and we're just going to have to always overcome it. No matter where you come from, no matter who you are, you can always change your life and make better decisions. You can always go after your dreams, always. Never ever too late to start and do what you want. This is who I am. This is what makes me me. I am a very humble person. I love to make people happy. I love to make people smile. I am just thankful I'm sharing it with you guys. I didn't make this so I would make anyone look bad, or my mom or my dad, my stepdad. They're amazing people, guys. It's just life really gets to us, and it's the reality of things. That's probably why I like to share it, because it's the truth, it's reality. And sometimes life is just filled with a lot of craziness and a lot going through things right now. I just hope you remind yourself and remember that it's just a day, it's a different day, and you'll always get through it. You got this. Well, thank you guys for watching. I am very appreciative that you made it till the very end, and please stay tuned for my next video. Will try my very best to release it as soon as possible. I will also put in the description box my Instagram, my TikTok, my Facebook. Thank you, and I hope to see you guys soon.